Today I'll be showing you how to do your very first crochet project. One of my favorite ways to practice crochet is by making washcloths. You can practice consistent stitching, turning, finishing, and then you have something useful at the end. So I'll be using cotton for this project. This is sugar and cream. I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. If you haven't purchased crochet hooks yet, I recommend getting a set. This is an ergonomic hook, which means it's got a comfy handle. And that way, if the hook size isn't working for you, you can try a bigger or smaller hook instead. I'm using some scissors, a stitch marker, which you could also use a bobby pin or a safety pin instead, and a large sewing needle. And if you don't have one of these, you can just use a smaller hook from your set to weave in your ends when we're done. All right, step one is to create a slip knot. A lot of crochet projects are gonna start this way. So you make a loop like this with the end of your crochet on the right side and the one connected on the left side. You're gonna twist that loop one time, place your fingers through the loop, grab the strand that is connected, pull up while still holding on to those two tails. And that is a slip knot. I'll place my hook inside the loop and give a little pull to tighten this knot to my hook. And now I'm all set to get started. So let's talk about how to hold the hook and the yarn. I hold my hook with my index finger on the loop and holding the handle kind of like a knife. And I like to hold that tail away from my work so I don't get it tangled. Now some people, they like to hold their hook like a pencil or like a knife. Play around with it and see what feels comfortable for you. And to hold the yarn that's connected, I place it on my 3 fingers and hold it, and it runs between my index and my middle finger as I go. Some people like to wrap it around their pinky and then over, or wrap it around their index. Play around with that as well until you find what works. You'll need to begin with a chain. To chain, you will yarn over, and yarn over means wrapping the yarn around your hook, and you'll always do that from the back unless otherwise specified. So over the hook, and then I like to hold on to the slip knot here. Turn your hook downward and through the loop. And there's chain 1. We're gonna do that again. Yarn over, hold on to that work, turn your hook downward and through the loop. And there's chain 2. We're gonna do this 21 times. I have 21 chains here. If you're having trouble being able to count them or tell which one is a chain, if you look at it closely, you can see a V, 2 strands, one on top, one on bottom. That is 1 chain. So I'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Okay, so we are gonna skip the chain right next to our hook. The one on our hook, this loop, does not count. So we're gonna skip this one, and we're gonna place our hook into the second chain, and you're just putting it in right under the top loop. Just like that. And you'll have 2 loops on your hook. We're gonna practice going into the second chain once more. So we're gonna skip the first chain, find the second chain, insert our hook right under that top loop. So there's 1 loop on top and then 2 strands on bottom. So we've got 2 loops on our hook right now. And at this point, we're gonna start to practice our single crochet stitches. Now, single crochet is a US term. It's double crochet in UK terms. And I recommend starting with this stitch, mastering it, and then moving on to learn other stitches. So at this point, we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, and pull through both of those loops. And that's my first single crochet stitch. So before I move forward, I'm gonna take my hook out for just a moment, grab my stitch marker or whatever you're using as a stitch marker, and I'm gonna place the stitch marker in the first stitch I created, just like that. Now I'll place my hook back in the loop and pull to tighten it up. And now we're gonna move on to the next chain. You can see that I just worked into this one because there is a strand inside. So I'm gonna place my hook in the top strand, just like before, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. Let's do that again. Insert into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. We're gonna do this all the way to the end of the row. And when you get to the last chain, I will show you what to do. We've made it to the end of the row and we just have 1 chain left. My knot's here, my last stitch is here, and there is 1 more space to insert my hook. So I'm gonna insert into that last chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. I have completed 20 single crochet stitches with a stitch marker on the end. Should look something like this. Now to turn, I'm gonna go back to the chain that I taught you at the beginning. This is called a turning chain. So I'll yarn over and pull through the loop on my hook. There's your turning chain. And with crochet, we will flip our work, which just means you're turning it the opposite direction. To begin row 2, you are going to skip the chain we just created. So looking at it from the top, you've got chain here, and then the next stitch here. They look like little V's. So skip the first V, insert your hook right under the second V, so it should be 2 strands. It looks like a hole from the front and a V from the top. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. And there is my first single crochet of this round. So just like I did on the previous row, I'm going to take my hook out, take a stitch marker or whatever you're using as a stitch marker, and I'm gonna place it in that first stitch I just created. This is gonna really help you to be able to see when you've met the end of the row. This is one of the biggest challenges in crochet, is being able to see and count stitches and to know how to find your last stitch. So at this point, we're gonna continue to do single crochets to the end of the row. So I'm gonna find the next hole. I've just worked into this one. It looks like a V from the top. I'll yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through both loops. I've done single crochets to the end of my row, and the only stitch I have left is the one with my stitch marker in it. So you can see I've got 1 last V here at the end. I'm gonna remove my stitch marker, place my hook in the last hole down in here at the end, so it's under 2 strands. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And now I've completed the row. And once again, to turn, I'll chain 1, so I'll yarn over, pull through 1 loop, flip my work so that my stitch marker is on the other end. Now we're ready to do another row. So we're gonna skip the chain we just created and find the first stitch of the row. So you're gonna find the first hole here. Place your hook in, double check that you've got 2 strands on top, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. So a single crochet, it has a little V in the front, so 2 strands. I'm gonna take my stitch marker again and place it into this stitch so that I can see it when I turn. For the next single crochet, once again, we're gonna find the next hole. I know I've just worked into this one because there's a strand inside. I'm gonna place my hook there, double check I've got 2 strands here on top, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, and continue to do that all the way down the row until you meet your next stitch marker. Now from this point on, we're just gonna continue doing this until we have about 20 rows, or however big you want your washcloth to be. So continue doing your rows, and I'll meet you at the end. Let's talk through some common problems as you're working. So I often hear that people are having trouble with their stitches being too tight. So say, for example, if you're pulling really, really tight, it's gonna make it challenging in the next row to find your stitch. So you want to make sure that you are keeping your tension nice and loose. So I'll insert, yarn over, pull up, and make sure that these loops move easily before I yarn over and pull through both. Now, if you have the opposite problem and it's looking like really loose, you'll just want to tug on your yarn a little bit more as you're working. So making sure that your loop's not like this before you insert, that it's more like that. Insert, yarn over, pull up, not super loose, a little bit tight, yarn over, pull through. This is what we refer to as tension, the tightness or looseness of your stitches. And the reason we're working in these consecutive stitches is so we can practice that tension. It's one of the hardest parts to learn in crochet. So just keep at it. It will get easier and easier to make consistent stitches. The other common problem I often hear is people having trouble counting their rows. So one thing you can do is, if you're losing count, grab a notepad and a pen and just do tally marks for each row that you're doing. That will help you keep track of it as a beginner. As you go, you will get better at being able to see the rows. Here you can count with me. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rows here. So the reason I know that is because every other row you're gonna have these little bumps. So I've got 1 row, then the bumps, 1 row, then the bumps, 1 row, then the bumps. So I know that I have 6 there. So I've ended up with 24 rows. I like for my washcloths to be square, so I just double check that when I fold it in half, that all the edges line up. But you can make it bigger or smaller depending on your preference. You could also keep going to make a scarf. You could make this bigger to make a blanket. There are a lot of different things that you can do with this single crochet stitch. Now I'm going to show you how to do the finishing. So I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to cut a nice long tail. I've done my last stitch of the row here. I'm going to pull the yarn through, and then I'm going to take my sewing needle or my smaller crochet hook and thread it just like that. So to weave in the ends, I'll flip it over to the back here, and I am going to find a spot, any spot, to put my hook through, my needle through, and pull that tail to secure it. And then I'll turn and go downward. and then the opposite direction. Until I feel that my tail is nice and secure and isn't going to come undone in the wash. And then I'll trim off the excess. Congratulations, you've finished your first crochet project. Go check out my How to Crochet board or my beginner crochet board for more simple and easy tutorials and project ideas. See you next time.